Harmony Montgomery was a sweet, vibrant 7-year-old girl living in Manchester, New Hampshire. Her bright smile and lively spirit hid the turmoil of her home life, where she lived with her father, Adam Montgomery, and stepmother, Kayla Montgomery. Harmony's life was anything but stable, marred by constant moves and frequent encounters with social services. Born in 2014, Harmony's early years were turbulent. Her biological mother, Crystal Sorey, struggled with substance abuse, leading to Harmony being placed in the custody of her father, Adam, in 2018. This decision would prove to be a tragic mistake. Harmony's mother, Crystal Sorey, fought tirelessly to regain custody of her daughter, battling personal demons and a convoluted legal system. Despite her efforts, Harmony's placement with Adam marked the beginning of a tragic sequence of events that would culminate in a heartbreaking mystery. The vibrant little girl, who loved to draw and play with her siblings, was caught in the crossfire of a deeply troubled family dynamic. Harmony's life took a tragic turn when she suddenly disappeared in late 2019. Despite her absence, it wasn't until late 2021 that authorities were alerted. By then, critical time had been lost. Crystal Sorey had been desperately trying to locate her daughter, contacting authorities and pleading for an investigation into Harmony's whereabouts. Initial investigations revealed a chaotic and abusive household. Adam Montgomery had a history of violence and substance abuse. Harmony's biological mother, Crystal, had been fighting for custody but was met with bureaucratic obstacles. Reports of Harmony being last seen in late 2019 were met with disturbing details. Adam claimed Harmony was fine and living with her mother, but Crystal insisted she hadn't seen her daughter in years. This discrepancy triggered an investigation that unearthed a series of alarming facts about Harmony's living conditions. Neighbors and relatives reported seeing Harmony with visible injuries, and her father's erratic behavior further complicated the picture. The case highlighted significant flaws in the system designed to protect vulnerable children, raising questions about how Harmony's plight had gone unnoticed for so long. Neighbors described Harmony as a sweet and polite child who loved to play outside. However, they also recalled hearing disturbing noises from the Montgomery household, including shouting and crying. Some neighbors reported seeing Harmony with bruises and other injuries, but Adam's explanations always seemed to pacify concerns, at least temporarily. When the police began to piece together the timeline, disturbing details emerged. Adam and Kayla had moved multiple times, each move making it harder to track Harmony's whereabouts. Interviews with family members and neighbors painted a grim picture of abuse and neglect. One particularly alarming report came from a family member who recounted an incident where Harmony had a black eye, which Adam allegedly attributed to roughhousing. Adam Montgomery's pattern of behavior was alarming. He had a history of domestic violence and drug abuse, which should have raised red flags earlier. Harmony's case highlights systemic failures in protecting vulnerable children. Records show multiple interactions with Child Protective Services, yet Harmony remained in an unsafe environment. The breakthrough came when authorities intensified their search and found key witnesses who provided critical information. They confirmed that Harmony had not been seen for months, and Adam's explanations were inconsistent and suspicious. One witness, an uncle, reported seeing Harmony with a black eye and hearing Adam's disturbing admission of hitting her. Investigators faced a daunting task, as Adam and Kayla's transient lifestyle complicated efforts to gather concrete evidence. The couple's evasiveness and the lack of a stable address made it difficult to establish a clear timeline. Despite these challenges, the police were determined to uncover the truth. They conducted exhaustive interviews, combed through digital footprints, and scrutinized financial records, hoping to find any clue that could lead them to Harmony. The investigation revealed a chaotic and unstable home environment. Multiple witnesses recounted instances of neglect and abuse, painting a harrowing picture of Harmony's life under Adam's care. Child Protective Services had been involved with the family on several occasions, yet somehow, Harmony slipped through the cracks. The lack of coordination between agencies and the failure to act on warning signs were glaring issues that emerged during the investigation. With mounting evidence, Adam Montgomery was arrested in January 2022. He was charged with second-degree assault, interference with custody, and endangering the welfare of a child. But the search for Harmony continued, with authorities fearing the worst. Kayla Montgomery was also charged with fraudulently collecting food stamps in Harmony's name, further complicating the case. The charges against both parents painted a picture of a deeply troubled family. During interrogations, Adam remained uncooperative, providing little information about Harmony's whereabouts. The community's frustration grew as the search for Harmony dragged on, and the horrifying possibility of foul play became more apparent. The police faced immense pressure to deliver answers, and every passing day without new leads deepened the despair. The media coverage of the case intensified, drawing national attention and putting additional pressure on the investigators. Adam's arrest brought a mix of relief and anguish to those who had been following the case closely. While his detention meant he could no longer harm Harmony or anyone else, it also underscored the grim reality that Harmony's fate was still unknown. Kayla Montgomery's involvement in the fraud scheme added another layer of deceit, illustrating the extent of the couple's dysfunction and disregard for Harmony's well-being. The community rallied to find Harmony, with extensive searches conducted in various locations linked to the Montgomerys. Despite the efforts, Harmony's whereabouts remained a mystery, and hopes of finding her alive dwindled. Volunteers, driven by the hope of a miracle, scoured parks, rivers, and abandoned buildings, but each search ended in heartbreak. Family members and concerned citizens held vigils, keeping Harmony's memory alive and pushing for answers. The pain and uncertainty took a toll on everyone involved, but they remained steadfast in their quest for justice. Harmony's disappearance became a rallying cry for reform, highlighting the need for more robust child welfare policies and better coordination between agencies. Advocates called for systemic changes to prevent similar tragedies, urging lawmakers to address the gaps that allowed Harmony's situation to deteriorate. The case sparked a broader conversation about child protection, domestic violence, and the responsibilities of the authorities in safeguarding vulnerable individuals. Vigils and community gatherings became regular occurrences, serving as both a means of raising awareness and providing solace to those who were deeply affected by Harmony's disappearance. The public's outpouring of support and the relentless efforts of volunteers underscored the collective determination to find answers and bring justice to Harmony's case. Despite the passage of time, the community's resolve did not wane. The case of Harmony Montgomery has left a profound impact on the Manchester community and beyond. It has highlighted significant flaws within the child welfare system and the urgent need for reform. Despite numerous interactions with social services, Harmony fell through the cracks, leading to her tragic disappearance. This case has sparked debates on how to better protect vulnerable children and ensure that their well-being is not overlooked. Harmony's story has prompted calls for greater transparency and accountability within child protective services. Lawmakers and advocates have pushed for reforms aimed at improving coordination between agencies, enhancing training for social workers, and ensuring that children's safety is prioritized above all else. The tragedy of Harmony's disappearance serves as a somber reminder of the consequences of systemic failures and the need for ongoing vigilance. The case of Harmony Montgomery is a stark reminder of the vulnerabilities within our child protection systems and the devastating impact of domestic violence. While Adam Montgomery faces justice, the search for Harmony continues, with a community determined to find closure. This tragic story underscores the importance of vigilance, compassion, and systemic reform to prevent such horrors from happening to other children. The memory of Harmony serves as a call to action for stronger protections and more responsive systems to ensure the safety and well-being of all children. As the legal proceedings unfold, the community remains hopeful that Harmony will be found and that those responsible for her suffering will be held accountable. Her story is a testament to the resilience of a community united in the face of tragedy, refusing to give up on the search for truth and justice. Thank you for joining us on this emotional journey through one of the most heartbreaking cases. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more true crime stories.